Excellent. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Our Parents' Basement. It's a new year, new you, and new episodes of OPB. I'm excited about it. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is the first Thursday of 2019, and we are here in full force with some new stuff to talk about. The usual suspects are here. I'm Philip, and with me this evening we have the lovely Charles. And Charles, how's it going?
Doing all right. Excited to see how this year goes. See what happens. I don't know.
Well, we're excited for you. You what now?
That's it. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing right tonight.
Short, quick, to the point. That's good. Glad to have you and great to see you again. And we also got Jason, but everybody on this podcast calls him Turf. And Turf, how's it going?
Man, I've got something. I've got a cold. Ooh. So there's that. If I know I probably sound funny and I'm a little nasally, but sometimes I break off into a sweet baritone. So, yeah. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So I got that going for me. But no, I'm doing good, man. Happy to be here. Feeling good about myself, ready to get this shindig started.
Awesome. Well, it's great to see everyone for the new year. Before we begin, I have a confession to make, you guys.
Uh-oh.
I did something I said I would never do. This is so painful.
Sold your body for money.
Bought a game for my phone.
Ain't nothing wrong with
that. Well, the thing of it is, the game was Final Fantasy V. And this is a game I have on the Anthology. I have the Game Boy Advance version, but a friend of mine gifted me a Google Play card. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll take it. Maybe I'll just download an ad-free version of an app I have. But then I saw that Squaresoft was having a sale on all their Final Fantasy games. I was like, wow, I get the whole game for this much and still have, Google Play money left over. So I am about 15 hours into that right now on my phone. Nice. I would never guess that I would be, I see these kids, first off, I see little ones with their phones doing this all day. And back in my day, if I was doing this all day, it was on a Game Boy Advance SP or a PSP, or nowadays I take my Vita, or hell, even if you want to be daring, even your Switch. But nope, I'm on my phone gaming. Role-playing gaming, if you will, even. So, this is a new step for me. I never thought...
Role-playing even.
Yeah. Even. So, yeah, I thought I'd share that with everyone real quick.
Man, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I will share with the group. Hi, my name is Jason, and I play a healthy dose of Toon Blast on my phone. It's got cutesy wootsy bears and a cat and something else, and they're cartoony, and you have to match colors, and I like it. So there you go. I play Toon Blast, so you don't have to feel bad about having an actual game on your phone. I'm playing mobile games.
Yeah,
I play Candy Crush on the L all the time.
Yeah.
So,
see, I'm seeing why they're so nice to have, because I'll be in line or something, or I'm waiting for something to finish, or I'm just downstairs, chilling,
driving.
I get carried away now. And I'll, fight a few battles.
A baby one time.
What was that?
I delivered a baby one time while playing Candy Crush.
Dude, multitasking.
Yeah, hexing and heart surgery.
Yeah. Now, if I have more time on my hands, I play more of it with doing the story and continuing on. But if I'm not, I'm just level grinding or something. I'm having fun no matter what I'm doing. It's weird. I never thought this would happen.
Especially those games that are a little grindy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect for a phone, because you're just killing a few minutes in between something, while you're, I don't know, whatever you like Charles said, if you're on the train.
Yeah, definitely.
Just kill a few. You don't have to get deeply engrossed in the game. Just grind a little bit.
Yep. And I thought that was interesting. This is something I never thought I'd see myself doing with my phone, but here we are, 2019, and I'm a droid gamer.
You're living in the future, my man.
Yes. So, but that is not what the main topic for tonight is. Tonight we have two things to go over, which I'm excited about, and one of them, Charles, are you still there?
I'm still here. I had to turn the camera off for a second.
Alrighty. Well, one of the ideas came from you. So, Charles, do you want to introduce this to us?
Well, sometimes us weird collectors, we sometimes acquire lots of systems. Sometimes we have close to 20 systems.
Hoard is the right word. Hoard.
You acquire a bunch of useless shit.
Collect.
Yeah, it's not a hoard.
Useless is a hard word, but yeah.
But yeah, and sometimes there's these oh, son of a bitch, knocking shit over.
Good grief, man. Chaos over there.
Yes. Sometimes we forget we have stuff sometimes, or sometimes we just leave it on the shelf, collects dust, we don't play it, we don't use it for whatever reason. Why, I don't know. But
Does that mean it can go away?
All right.
no,
well,
it can't go away.
What Charles, what do you on the top of your list, what do you have that's just kind of collecting dust? And I know Jenny's kind of breathing down your neck right now, so
Yeah.
you can like whisper it to us. You don't have to let her know. Besides, other than the Vectrix, she probably doesn't know which one's which. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vectrix is right there. That doesn't get used too much because the controller is broken on there, and new controllers are going to cost me like $200.
Wow.
but it's awesome. So
It's awesome, yeah. But one that I don't use too much, it's like I don't use my 3DS too much.
Really?
just-
For someone who commutes a lot, I figured that'd be one that you'd always be using.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot to bring around, carry with me, and break. I drop stuff. That's why I get it when I get the Galaxy Actives, because I can drop them and they're fine. So yeah, I like the 3DS. I don't even use it at home that much. I got it for a few games, but I don't know. This one thing, I just, for whatever reason, I don't use it so much.
well,
I just find that interesting.
It's sitting on a shelf somewhere, I think.
Doesn't know where it is. I love
I
it.
don't know where the fuck it is right now. It's
No
somewhere
joke.
in my room.
I have a 3DS and Isaac has a 3DS. I think I've got a couple more that I've acquired along the way. I know I had for some reason, I bought the Animal Crossing 3DS and I bought another collectible one, the Mickey Mouse one. I don't know why. I found them cheap and they were like the limited edition ones. So I was like, I'll buy that. And then they're in a box. But like my red 3DS that I have that was mine to play, I don't use it. It's put up. The battery's probably dead on it. So yeah, I can see that. It's the last generation system. That's the one that gets used the least, right? You've got a lot of games for it because it was your main system for a while, but then you put it up and you kind of forget about it because there's a Switch.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I've got a Game Gear. I play Game Gear more than I play the 3DS. Takes that
Right.
Oh, go ahead, Charles. Sorry.
take that Moto 2 Sega Genesis cord, plug it into the wall, sit at home, play it all day. Or if I was really there, and I could just plug into the outlet on the L train and just play it that way.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're more comfortable with your Game Gear, and Turf's 3DS. He just would rather play something else. He more is geared towards the Switch in terms of portability. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right. That's it's the last generation portable system. That's why it just kind of got put away because when the Switch came out, I quit buying games for the 3DS. It seemed like it was old news. And that's kind of how systems usually go for me until they turn into being retro systems, and then I start buying a bunch of stuff for them, Like, when was the last time you bought a PS3 game or an Xbox 360 game? Yeah, you probably haven't in a while because they're last generation,
I was gifted some 360 games last month, but in terms of purchasing them, I can't tell you the last time I made a purchase for that era.
There you go.
Yeah. My 3DS hasn't seen that much use since maybe like 3 or 4 months. No, I played it back in November because I was on a little vacation. But the thing is, I wasn't playing 3DS games. I was playing DS games. I haven't played a 3DS game in a long, long time. So in terms of the actual console, it still gets some use. But kind of along those same lines, something that I have that I haven't, that is just full of dust right now, which is sad because I used to love it. The PlayStation Portable.
Okay.
Yeah, the PSP. It's a damn shame because I have some stuff I want to play on it, but just don't get around to it, you know?
And it never took off too much, the PSP, did it?
No, it tried. It had a lot of promise, and
it had those little mini optical discs, pretty much, right? It was a weird system.
Weird's a good word for it. It had some fun titles on there. For a minute, like it was a portable movie player. They would release straight to DVD and release straight to UMD. So that was an interesting time. Like you'll go to any used media store and you will find the PSP movie version of Ultraviolet. Like I'll tell you that right now, and you know what I'm talking about, America. So stuff like that. Like PSP games. Well, one thing I will say about them now is that they're cheap. So that's great. So that's good. But still, even despite this, I just don't play it very often. I can't tell the last time I played it at all.
And there's even like the Vita now, which like you still play.
I still play that, definitely.
But it's like you don't hear too much Vita stuff. There's like the Vita, Sony's mobile stuff seems like meh.
Yeah.
It seems like Nintendo is the king, queen, prince, and everything of mobile gaming, of mobile stuff since the Game Boy and all that.
I agree. My Vita still gets use, but even despite this fact, it feels like Sony's portable scene was almost dead on arrival, and they don't want to do a damn thing to support it anymore. So they're just kind of letting it flounder about until the end. So,
okay.
But yeah, the PSP is a portable console as well that I don't use very often. But
you have one just sitting collecting dust.
You do too?
I don't have one. No.
You don't have one? Tariff, do you have one?
No, I don't have a PSP. I've considered getting one. I've seen a few of them, but there's not. I don't have the. I don't know. I don't know why I've never bought one. I don't even have a good excuse. I just haven't bought one. I just didn't have the interest in it. Yeah. I kind of wanted to because I do have a couple of games, but I just never pulled the trigger. They're always more than I want to pay.
Okay.
PSPs.
No, not the games. The PSP. Like when I find one, somebody always wants an arm and a leg for it.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's weird.
Either that or it's scratched up beyond all recognition.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. It's not. There's no in between.
And is there anything worth getting on the PSP? That's my question. It's worth.
Rondo of Blood's on it.
Yeah, if you were to ask me that like maybe 10 years ago, I'd be like, dude, let me tell you about the PSP. But now I'm trying to think off the top of my head, which is sad, the Castlevania game that Turf mentioned, which is cool. I mean, you get Symphony of the Night and 2 versions of Rondo of Blood all together. That's pretty neat. And there's an enhanced version of Mega Man X on there, which I think is kind of fun because you get to play as Vile. I
forgot about that, yeah.
I can't think of anything else. This is bad. I used to love the damn thing.
Oh, well, that's why it's collecting dust.
That's why it's collecting dust. But we're talking about portables mainly. What about like consoles?
Well,
do you guys have anything
I have a home console that is actually like people really like to collect for it. It's hot in the retro market. I have a console and no games. And I'm talking about the TurboGrafx 16. I have one. I've got a few accessories for it, but I've never seen a game in the wild.
It's those games are so expensive.
They are, and I want to get a mega, or what do they call them? Not a Mega Drive.
The CD.
No, the card that you put the SD card in. It has all the. I can't even think of what it is.
Oh, one of those.
The flash card. Things. It's a flash card. But I want to get one of those for it, but I just haven't. Just because, yeah.
I don't know a damn thing about the system, so you have to.
It's a cool system, and it's got some good games. It's got like Bonk came from it. Bonk's Adventure.
Neat. I love Bonk, yeah.
And Hudson Soft made it in the late 80s, I guess.
Neat.
It came out before the Super Nintendo, but whereas the Genesis and Super Nintendo squashed it.
Yeah.
It was a cool system, and it's got some cool games, especially if you like shooters. There's a huge shooter scene on there.
Like the shmup shooters or like
shoot 'em ups.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Sorry. Like spaceship shooters.
Oh, neat.
So there's those ones that I'm not good at all. There's apparently some really, really good shooters on that system. I like my favorite game that, of course, I've played them some or most of the games the dirty way. I emulate them. So I played Bonks that way, and it's really good. Air Zonk is a cool one, but it's super expensive. I'd like to spend more time with that. It's like a shooter, but you're a thing that looks like Bonk, but it's in the future. It's weird. So there's some cool stuff on it, and it definitely interests me. And I got one because I wanted to get into it, but the games are prohibitively expensive.
The good games are.
Right.
Let me ask, what the good games that are expensive? How much are we talking? Like,
$40 for like a common game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get into stuff like, the rarer games, and you can get like Magical Chase. Rival is more than stadium events.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I remember that. I remember someone having the manual to that at one of the Retropaloozas we went to, and they were asking for $900, I believe, for it.
$1,200 for the manual.
$1,200. That's what it was. Yeah. I was like, for paper, dude. So.
Okay, excuse me. The game it's not rivaling stadium events. I apologize for that. It's only $5,700 for a complete copy.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not stadium events money, but it's a lot.
Like systems are going for like $126 or more now.
Yeah, I bought mine a few years ago, and I've wanted to get into it. And I've wanted to play it, but I just haven't.
I bought Kadash for it, and that's a great game. I bought it for when I got it was like $20. Now it's up to like $130.
Wow, crazy.
Like a lot of these games, like Bonk's Adventure is $20, and it was Keith Courage that was a pack-in game for it's like $10.
Yeah, but China Warrior is like $20. That's a crappy game.
And then people like Legendary Axe, it's about $25. Air Zonk is $80 that I was talking about.
I was getting higher.
Right. So there's a lot of, and then there's the games that you see all the time, like was it Devil's Crush that you see all the time, R-Type. I'm just kind of going through here looking, but most of like the games that I would want are $30 to $80, and I can't make myself do it. There is Darkwing Duck for it, and I really want that, but
that's not a cheap game.
No, it's not. It'd be $100. I'd want it complete.
That's over $100.
Yeah, $165 complete.
Wow.
So yeah, it's an expensive system to get into, and that's what keeps me from jumping off in there. That's why it's kind of collecting dust.
That's why it's collecting dust, because it's just too damn expensive to enjoy. Interesting.
Yeah, it's great system.
Learning about this is
fun
cool.
Games.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No,
yours collecting dust too, Charles?
No, I play it every now and then. It gets used, not every day, but I cycle through my stuff, occasionally.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's one that is drawing dust for me. That and my Genesis and my 32X. I don't play those that much. Now the Genesis is sitting over there because I have a Retron 5. So if I ever want to play a Genesis game, I do play it. But
yeah,
it's sitting over there on the shelf. I was kind of looking around going like, what never gets hooked up? And I've got a Genesis over there with the 32X hanging out of the top of it. And I was like, that never gets hooked up because I just don't.
You don't need to anymore.
Well, no, the 32X is the part that just never, there's not many games that interest me on it.
Oh, 32X. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah.
So I'm not just terribly worried about it. It just, I don't ever play it.
Okay.
Yeah. What else you got?
I figured Genesis would be getting some use, but
well, I've got my Retron, so the Genesis does my Genesis games
do, yeah.
Contra, Gunstar Heroes, and Castlevania. They get played pretty regular.
Okay.
Hyperstone Heist, the Ninja Turtle game, those all get played pretty regular. But that's really about the ones that I play on any kind of not not daily, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
It gets some attention.
It gets some attention.
Yeah,
that I did play Gargoyles the other day, and it's fantastic. It's kind of hard, but it's fun, and I love the art.
I was looking at consoles that I don't use very often, trying to think of this, and there were two. The first one is the GameCube. I haven't used that in years and years.
You're missing out, man. That's one of the first ones that I hooked up out here because I love the GameCube. I was playing Wave Race, Blue Storm or whatever it's called the other day. Man, that game's fun. Yeah. Rogue Squadron's fun. Still, those are just those are good games.
It's hooked up. I just don't play it. I use the controllers now for the new Smash, but I haven't touched a GameCube game since Kirby Air Ride, and that was a couple of years ago. I got that, so it wasn't very good either.
Yeah,
shame.
I don't play my GameCube that much.
Yeah,
I have it. I got two actually.
Oh, you got two of them?
Yeah, I was in the thrift store, someone there. I picked it up, and I like just because I was there.
I have plenty.
It was about $25-$30. I picked it up.
I've picked up GameCubes. I literally have bought a GameCube for $1.
Wow, that's pretty good.
You find them at yard sales all the time. They don't always have the hookups, but I've got two of them with the Game Boy attachment or the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy player.
That's pretty
cool. I'm looking at it right now. I've got the Pokemon version with the Game Boy player, and then I got a black one that has the Game Boy attachment on it, and then the purple one's just hanging out over there, looking like a lunchbox.
Yeah,
I keep wanting to get a Game Boy player for my GameCube.
It's worth it if you want, because the Game Boy Advance games do look good on the TV.
I got a few Game Boy Advance games, but I don't have a Game Boy Advance.
Well, it'd probably be cheaper to get a Game Boy Advance, but if you want to play them on the TV, there's a lot of good games. GBA is a underrated system, in my opinion.
I think it's still kicking ass.
There's a ton of good games on that, and they're constantly. I find more games that might be in the dollar bin that are pretty. And I've told y'all this for years. Yeah. Lilo and Stitch on the Game Boy Advance is a hidden gem. It is the hidden gem on the Game Boy Advance. It is a run and gun shooting game like Contra, but it's like Disney characters and whatever else. It's really fun. So there you go. There's my piece of Game Boy Advance. Get Lilo and Stitch for $1 if you can find it somewhere.
I mean, if I were to find what's it called, a Game Boy Advance player? Yeah. I mean, I would definitely try to hook that up. So basically, it just attaches to your Game Boy you play it as a controller and goes to the TV. Is that? Yeah,
you hook your it's a black square. It's the same size as the bottom of the GameCube. It's about 2 or 3 inches thick, and it snaps in the expansion port. Now, you can find those for a song. They're cheap. They're $1 a dozen. But there's a disc that comes with it that's about $40.
Oh.
The Game Boy player disc that it doesn't work. It's like a boot disc.
Yeah.
The Game Boy player won't work unless you have that disc. So that's the
it's a caveat. Interesting. Okay. I'll think about it. I mean,
if you find one, if
I find one,
you can get one for $50 and it's absolutely worth it. But you have a Retron, don't you?
It stopped working. So
that's the curse of those stupid things. Mine's going to stop working one day and I'm going to hate it.
Yeah. But I try to fix it. Then I try to call Hyperkin and that was no help. So I recycled it. That's all I can do. I didn't want to you want to talk about collecting dust. I was really collecting dust since it stopped working. So I just had to scrap it.
Yeah, that's about all you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I hope mine doesn't give up because that is actually a pretty solid system, or not solid system. It's a piece of shit, but the idea of it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
The emulation on it, I think, it's good enough for me to play it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't play Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers on it because, that only works on the tube. When you get good at something, you can't play it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
But for new games that I've never played, pop that thing in. It's a blast. Yeah. I played through Little Samson on my Retron 5. I don't even know my Little Samson's ever been in the actual NES.
You got to do that. You had to give it some homage.
Well, maybe I probably should, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it's a little Samson, but that's neither here nor there. What about you, Charles? Besides the GameCube,
my Atari 5200 doesn't get much love.
I thought you just bought a bunch of games for that.
No, Atari 2600 and
okay.
Intellivision. I had to go for the ColecoVision Intellivision. I've got a problem.
No one.
Well, that's why we have this podcast. We're all we're all in the same boat.
It's just so big. The controller on it sucks. You know.
Is it the dial one?
No, the dial one is the ColecoVision. It's got that dial for your joystick, but you know it doesn't self-center, so you got to self-center it yourself. And if you don't have the original control overlay for the number pad, some of your functions don't work. So it's a pain in the butt sometimes.
Wow.
It didn't do too good, so they only made 69 games for it. So it's easy to do a complete collection for it.
But if you're not having fun with them, then no wonder it's kind of just sitting there.
They're fun games. It's just...
I'll tell you what, guys. It's just something to kind of flip this a little bit. Is there any system that you have that doesn't get as much love, but you'd like to play more? Ooh. You know, we got limited time, you know.
That is a good question. So something we have that we don't play very often, but we want to dedicate more time to it.
Right.
I would say... Oh, go ahead, Charles. Go ahead.
I would go my ColecoVision. You know, I don't play that too often because, you know, they're touchy. You know, if the power cord's not hooked up the right way, you know, you get all the little lines across the screen, you know, it's not getting power right, so the video looks a little wonky. You know, it's a great system, you know, it's great graphic, good sound, you know, probably in that era, it's probably better than the 2600 Intellivision or whatever else is out there. Thinking so that ColecoVision is an awesome system. It's just they're finicky.
Okay. Interesting. I would say for me it's a Sega Saturn. And you guys remember like maybe a year and a half ago I thought, you know what, maybe I should try going for a full set, but I'm glad I squashed that idea before I got too far ahead. I got the games I want for it first of all, and even those ones haven't been getting that much attention. Like the last time I played a Sega Saturn game to completion was about a year ago. And there's other games I have on it that I haven't tried yet that I want to, but other things look more appealing.
Well, you've got limited time as a resource, and there's a limited resources in the world, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to come a time, at least, you know, with modern gaming that I'll kind of just stop indefinitely and think, okay, there's nothing coming out that interests me at all. So that'd be the time to go back to those older consoles and give them the attention.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
What about you?
I do play it occasionally and I've got it hooked up, but I just don't spend as much time as my Nintendo 64. I've been having a craving. I mean, I've got a shitload of games for it. I mean, I've got over half the library, and I was considering going for a full set, but
yeah,
yeah, I know. And
you should do it.
Well, easy there. You
tell you how to spend your money, by
enablers.
Do it.
Do it. Buy it all.
Just do it. Buy it all.
I never bought Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut when it was like $80. I just didn't. I kept like, I'll find it, but I never did. So that's one thing that keeps me from it because it's like $400 now.
Oh wait, what?
Clay Fighter Sculptor's? Yeah, Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. It was a rental game. Well, you probably played Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Oh, gotcha. Then yes, that's what I played.
There's one called Sculptor's Cut that was a rental only. So it's expensive. That's one thing that keeps me from going for a full set. But anyways, I would like to I want to play. I was playing Rogue Squadron on the GameCube. I'm like, man, I need to go back and play the first Rogue Squadron on the Nintendo 64. I want to go back and play the wrestling games on the Nintendo 64 again. You know, the whole creative character and
those are fun.
Those are a blast.
Yeah.
They're, you know, it's actually that kind of came up after I started playing the new Smash. Man, I need to go back. I wish they made a good wrestling game like they did back in the day. I just need to go play the old wrestling games. So That's mine. I wish I'd spend more time with that, and then obviously I wish I could spend more time with like the Master System. You know,
Didn't you buy one of those? Like,
yeah, I've got
like a year ago. Just like
I bought one at Louisville.
That's what it was. Yes, because someone had it.
Some dude was selling one for. He had like a sign on his backpack, like I'm saying a Master System for sale. I'm like, well, how much? And let's preface this with Daddy was about half cocked, so Jason he was a little lubricated, and he had a pocket full of money. And the Go Boy said, you know, he's like, I want $80 for it. I'm like, would you take 50? He said, no. I said, well, I've got 50, and I bought it for $50. Long story short, but yeah, I bought it and had like 3 games with it, and controllers and hookups and the whole thing, and a nice little bag that a tent had come in from the store. That you'll be happy to know that bag now has all my like ratchet straps for towing stuff or putting stuff in the tying it down. It's in my garage right now.
There you go.
And repurposed it. And the Master System's actually right in front of me. I can see it right here. It hooked up, it played, and there we go. I think I've sold the games because I already had all of them. But I wish I had more time to play the Master System. It's a good system.
It's funny you mentioned the Nintendo 64. That's another one that I have that is collecting dust, but I really don't have any desire to go back to it right now. But I have one still that just sitting there.
They're fun. It's a fun system. You know, people give it a lot of grief because there's so many racing games and so many sports games, and the early 3D that looks like vomit. But there's some
the controller gets a lot of flack too.
Yeah, it does. But it's a fun system. There's some hidden gems on there for sure.
Yeah, Charles, do you have one? I can't recall.
Master System, no, not yet.
And Nintendo 64.
Oh, Nintendo, yeah, that I do have. Yes.
But does yours get more use?
I play it every now and then. I play Mario Party on there by myself.
I bet the computer always wins.
I only got one controller.
Yeah.
Well, they're harder to come by these days.
I know.
Yeah, good ones are. The good
crazy
stick.
how that works. Well, speaking of Nintendo, Charles, didn't you recently get something that was a Nintendo system that is getting some use?
I haven't gotten a system yet. It's coming soon.
What are we talking about?
I got the game first. So I've got a game called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
For the Switch.
Yes. Excited for that. So
you mean to tell us that you are going to be a proud Switch owner soon, yeah?
Yes, I will be a proud Switch owner.
He's a Switch hitter.
A Switch. Nice. You'll be a Switch hitter.
Yes.
Exactly. When does it arrive?
Maybe this weekend.
Awesome.
Maybe come in. It depends on when we go pick it up at the game shop.
Depends on my finances.
It depends on the Jenny's finances.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Christmas present. I'm getting her a nice present too.
Good.
We're getting us a nice present.
Well, that was very, very sweet of her to gift you that. I love mine. It's getting more use than my PS4 is getting, and more use than like my well, as far as modern consoles go, that's getting a lot more use. It's great.
Nice.
I love it.
It's a fantastic console, and there's so many good games on it for it just be out 2 years.
Yeah,
so it's a good one.
I also looking at the sales numbers. It's doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like, I think they've already sold more than they did the Wii U.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
it sounds like there's something every day though that somebody comes out with some new statistic.
Yeah, it's just like the Xbox is pretty much Xbox One is pretty much dying off already.
Is it really?
That's a console that I have that I never play, but we've already moved on from that.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode, I think.
Is there anything I should get? Is there anything worth getting the Xbox One for? Like you said no.
No, I mean, if it's on Xbox One, other than like what Cuphead, like there's nothing. You can still get it elsewhere. You know, like it could be on PS4 or Steam or even I think now even the Switch. So yeah.
So there you go.
So
Now to help Charles out, to throw him a bone here, we thought we might come up with some games that to his new Switch acquisition. He switched teams. He's gone from Team Atari to the Switch.
Going from Atari 2600 to a Switch, would there be a difference in graphics?
Possibly.
Maybe.
There's definitely a difference in gameplay, and portability is a big issue from that heavy sixer to the Switch. So if you could, Philip, if you could tell Charles one game that he just needs to get, just your number one, what would it be?
It's not my number one, but one I think
maybe not your number one, something you think he would enjoy.
Something besides he would what enjoy. I already have, Breath of the Wild.
Besides Zelda, I'll always give a shout out to Smash Brothers. It's very easy to have take those GameCube controllers and hook them up to the Switch so you can have some couch co-op. There's a huge single player campaign that you can enjoy. There's lots to collect. It still feels like that fun Smash Brothers formula that we've grown up with. I know you're not very familiar with it, as evidenced by Louisville, but hey, no time like the present to just dive right in. There's great resources out there to learn how to play. The game itself has a bunch of like instructions and tutorials. There's tons to unlock, tons of characters. So chances are you'll find someone that kind of clicks with you. I can't praise it enough. It's been a great game, and it's best enjoyed if you have some friends to play it with.
Okay. Now the game, do I have to get an adapter to hook the GameCube controllers up? You
do. I think it's $20, which I don't think it's too bad. They're everywhere. Okay. I saw them in Best Buy. I saw them at Target. Obviously, they're at GameStop. So, if you have GameCube controllers themselves, yeah.
I've got 1.5 GameCube controllers.
Well, GameCube controllers are now back on sale due to Smash Ultimate.
Okay.
So once you see the adapter, chances are you'll see the controllers right next to them.
Okay.
So that's my number one recommendation for that. It's not my favorite Switch game, but it's a damn good one.
Philip, who have you played the most with in Smash?
Oh man. Well, other than my boy Mega Man, you're not gonna believe this. Get ready. I've been playing as Pichu.
Really?
Yeah, he just clicked with me. It's so weird. Like, the thought of him is not good because he basically damages himself, but he hits like a freight train. It is so entertaining just to watch this little lightweight mouse just deck these heavy hitters and look adorable while doing it.
Just totally adorable.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh man, I've been playing with Pit a lot. I really like Pit. Been surprisingly good. I don't know why, but Samus is really. I'm playing more with Samus than I have in the past.
I love her. Yeah.
And of course, Pikachu's been my guy since the first one. I don't even like Pokemon. I just like the way he does. I like the way he does business. The new one that got me, Incineroar. I have a blast playing with Incineroar.
I'm not surprised.
He's like cheesy, and I like other than his up special. Like gives you like the third jump.
His recovery.
It goes up and then he shoots himself down, so you miss the ledge a lot of times. But I like Incineroar, and I like the Belmonts. The
Belmonts are cool. Yeah. I like Richter more than Simon, but Charles, as you're hearing this, like characters from all across the eras are there. So
that was one of the games on my radar. And once I get it, I'll pay for that Nintendo online, whatever they call it, a thingamabob. And I guess the three of us could go at it, and I could get my ass kicked by both of you.
I'm horrible. I'll just tell you, I'm bad. So my brother beat me when the day it came out.
Yeah,
he had picked it up, and we went to a wedding out of town, so we had a lot of spare time in the hotel room at my cousin's wedding because we didn't know what to do in Jefferson City, Missouri. So we just played Smash a whole bunch, and he beat me like I owed him money. I mean, It was terrible. I'm not good at Smash. I have fun doing it, but I'm bad.
Yeah.
But Isaac, my 9-year-old, and my brother and me, we played Smash a ton, and it was so much fun.
Yep. That's why, Charles, I recommend it. If you have friends to play it with in person, not online, but in person, it is nothing can compare to it.
And
so,
would I have to get a second set of controllers for that? For the Switch controllers for that?
say again?
Would I have to get a second set? I could just do.
Oh, no, you can play either handheld, or you can like if you're playing online or you're playing single player. I play most of the time single player, so it's not even an issue. I play against the computer. I like classic mode. It's my jam.
Yeah, classic mode is fun too.
You just like turn your mind off and you fight 8 people. The only complaint,
Sorry. With those controls, so I know there's 2. Some games you use them for one player, both of them at the same time, or
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You'd use it just like you'd be holding a controller, or holding the Switch. You can just take the screen out and leave it docked in, and you can play it on the TV like that. With one in each hand, but they function as one controller.
Okay.
What about you, Turf? Do you have a game that you recommend other than Smash?
Charles, did you have a Wii U?
I kind of have a Wii U. It's my buddy's, so I've got it for a bit.
Okay. So have you played? There's some really, really good games that were on the Wii U that they've come out with on the Switch. One of those being Mario Kart 8. It's the best Mario Kart, or 8 Deluxe. It's the best Mario Kart. But you say you act like you've played that one, so we'll put it up. Did you play Bayonetta?
No.
Bayonetta is a blast. The one that for the Switch comes with a download of the original game, and Bayonetta 2 on the game card or game pack, whatever they call the things. It's you're a witch that's killing angels and demons. It's fantastic, man. It's fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. It is super over the top. It's a good time. I definitely recommend that one.
All right.
You can make those games as difficult or as complex as you want as well. I mean, you can turn your mind off and just button mash, or you can really try to get into the combo system and do these crazy stunts with Bayonetta. That's a great choice.
All right.
That, and it's TNA in a video game.
Oh yeah, she's fierce as hell.
It's a leather-clad witch that her hair covers her nude body a lot. So
she's
there's
posing and strutting and.
All right, what about you, Philip? What's another one, man? Another one that you think you got to pick up?
Let me think. Yeah. Do you like those? You like Mega Man, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Well, I talked about these games before. The Azure Striker Gunvolt games. There is a collection of those 2 games on the Switch, and it looks great on there. You can do you could do the portable mode, but playing it on a TV, finally, it looks so good. So if you like they're more kind of like the Mega Man Zero series, but they're still so much fun, and that classic Mega Man run and gun style, get power-ups and fight bosses and look for secrets. That's a great one.
What's it? That's as Gunboat something?
Azure Striker Gunboat.
Azure Striker Gunvolt. Kind of a mouthful, I know, but
what she said.
Did you know there's a board game called That's What She Said?
Yeah, there is, and I would kind of like to play it, but I don't have I don't think me and Angie could just sit down and play it. And that needs to be a party game.
I can bring it to Louisville.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, we have.
Nice.
A little bit of a segue. Oh, go ahead, Charles.
I'll bring Cards Against Humanity to Louisville.
Yeah, like we had for New Year's we had just a game night, kind of laid back, and that was one of the games we played. Was That's What She Said. It is basically Cards Against Humanity, but instead of words on the cards, it's these phrases that would do well with That's What She Said afterwards.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, yes.
Here's a game that it's like the flagship game. If you've got a Nintendo system, you need the Mario game. Mario Odyssey is a good.
Okay.
It is fun. It's got hours and hours and hours of playtime. You'll get your money's worth for sure. I can't recommend it enough. It's a Nintendo game. If you like Nintendo, it is the Nintendo game for the system.
Okay. All right.
Cappy's
Nice.
fun.
I will have a little bit of a hard time recommending this only because I know how your experience has been with Bloodborne, but
God.
Dark Souls Remastered on the Switch looks great. I got it for Christmas, and I've gone through maybe like an hour of it. It's hard for me to go from Bloodborne back to Dark Souls, but since you didn't get, from what I can tell, didn't get very far in Bloodborne, you may not have as much difficulty starting with Dark Souls.
Hey, I'm at the first boss. I got really far.
So yeah, you're good.
It's what Gargamel?
Father Gascion.
Whatever.
The priest.
You're in the cemetery and
yeah, screw that guy.
Yeah, F that game, man.
But yeah, Dark Souls Remastered is a good one.
Bloodborne's fun. I'm having fun of it, but it is aggravating. It's a good pain.
Yeah, exactly. That's how Dark Souls is. And this one has all the DLC. It has all those secrets. It's a really pretty game. Like if you like that dark fantasy, then it's pretty cool.
We've got a severe different taste in games.
Yep.
Everything that I've shown except for like Bayonetta is very bright, very colorful, very Mario-y, very here's another one. It's like a cartoon, man. Mario plus Rabbids. Kingdom Battle. If you like strategy games, and when I say I think it's like Star or XCOM is what they say. You know, like squad-based battle where you could like move a certain amount of spaces. I'd suggest you look at a video of this before you buy it, see if it's something you might be into.
So it's kind of like Fire Emblem-esque.
I don't know. I've never played Fire Emblem. That's just way too complicated for me.
Like a turn-based strategy-ish?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. Look it up, man. Okay. I never played any of these other games. This is unlike anything I've ever played. So, and I didn't think I was going to like it. I bought it because somebody on VG Collect was getting rid of it because apparently they didn't like it. I said, well, I'll pick it up, and I got it for cheap. I want to maybe like $20. I don't know what I paid for it. But it's really good. It's really fun. It kind of sucks you in, and it's not too hard, but it still challenges you, makes you think a little bit. And I've had a blast with it, man. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Okay. Awesome.
If you want something to play with Jenny, it's super duper easy. But Kirby Star Allies, it basically plays itself. It's so easy, but it's Kirby and it's a really cute little game. I mean, I love Kirby. He's adorable. But it's really easy. So I mean, if you're looking for a challenge, do not look there.
Okay. So something fun to play with Jenny, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun to play 2-player. I played mine 1-player. That would have been more enjoyable for me, but you have something to play with.
What confuses me with the Switch, I know some games, you could split the controllers and each one could have one half of the two controllers that come with it.
Yep.
Some of them you have to use both controllers for each thing. So is it Star Allies?
On the back of the boxes, it'll tell you like the number of players and how to use the controllers.
All right.
And you can some games I know like Mario Party. Isaac got Mario Party for Christmas. Mm-hmm. You have to. It makes you use the Joy-Cons. You can't use the Pro Controller with it.
Okay.
But everybody gets one Joy-Con. They're tiny. They're like, feel like you're gonna break the damn thing when you're using two hands.
One half of the Joy-Con, or that's both half of the Joy-Con.
No, you each get half.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what confuses some game. It's.
Yeah, you'll figure it out, man. And then there's some games that, like Mario Kart, you can either play with one player with both of them in your hands. You can play it 2-player where each person gets a half of it and you turn it sideways and you can hold it like a little NES controller. So it's hit and miss, man. It's not hit and miss, but it varies from game to game.
Is that one of the drawbacks to the Switch? That whole controller setup?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's an advantage if anything. Like chances are, if you're playing Mario Kart with somebody that doesn't already have a pro controller, you're not playing online, or they don't have their own set of Joy-Cons, they're probably new to the thing, right? And if you say, hey, just take one of these and hold it side, it's very it's comfortable. It's not intimidating at all. It's just got a few buttons and one little joystick. It's not a whole lot to learn. So I think it's actually a plus in my opinion.
I would agree. I definitely would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember. Charles, do you like RPGs at all? Or
Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw out a recommendation for Octopath Traveler. That is it has the look of an old school Super Nintendo era RPG, but it has lots of modern quality of life features, and it's a good 30 to 40 hour campaign. So if you want something that will last you a while, there's that.
It's got legs.
Okay.
Let's see. A big game from the Switch that I admittedly haven't played a whole lot of, but Isaac really likes it, is Splatoon 2.
Okay.
It's a kind of a third-person shooter type deal. I don't know. I haven't played it a whole lot, but Isaac likes it, so it looks fun.
That was on my radar too. So
cool.
It's like Splatoon, like the whole series. That looks like fun. When I remember looking at the our Switch reaction, way back when, like, oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's very interesting, and it is. I just haven't had time to play it. I'd really like to sit down and put some time into it, but I've got Smash and Red Dead.
It seems so very popular. I see so much, so much Splatoon, merch out there.
Exactly. So it has to be good, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Even at Retropalooza, someone was cosplaying as it. So I mean, it's got its fans. That's for damn sure.
All right, and the last one that I have, and this is if you can find it cheap. If you find it used, I wouldn't pay full price for it, but if you can find it for $20, it would surprise the piss out of me. ARMS.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It looked like a tech demo when they showed it off at the first, in the Switch reveal thing that we all watched together. I was like, this is going to be the Wii Sports of the Switch. It's going to be, but it's actually really fun. It's a pretty deep game. It's way more deep than it looks. It takes some skill in learning how to play it. It's fun, man. But like I said, I wouldn't pay more. 20, 25 would be about my point that I could recommend it at.
So it's one of those more affordable used games for the Switch. Not the ones that are like $5 off of new.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Mario Odyssey, if you find it used, it's going to be $55.
So it's just get it new.
Yeah, just get it new.
Yeah.
But ARMS it's definitely cheaper, but it surprised me. I bought it because it was one of the first Switch games to come out, and I didn't have a whole lot to play on the Switch. So I was like, yeah, I'll grab that. I think I paid full price for it. But it surprised me, man. It was actually a lot of fun.
Okay. A couple other games, I'm want to get, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Okay.
I got on the Wii. Game. It's fun on the Wii. I like it.
Well, if you like it on the Wii, you'll definitely like it on. You like this. It's follow.
Have you played it?
Yeah. That was a long game. Good. Ooh, how many? Like 90 hours it took me to finish it.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And that's not even like cutting all the meat and like extras and stuff. It's a lot to do in that game.
So is it very similar to the original version?
Like open worldy and
open worldy and similar storyline-esque.
Yep. All
How
that.
do you stay in a game for 90 hours?
Dude, that one I think that one was stubbornness. I thought I made it this far, might as well keep on playing, and like there were parts I didn't like, but it hooked me just enough that I kept on coming back for more.
And the visuals on the original Xenoblade, what it did on the Wii is just so awesome. I think that really pushed what the Wii could do.
This one's very pretty. It has a great soundtrack as well.
Yeah, and like
you
the
see
original
his eyes light up just then. It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah,
man, you were really excited about that.
That music is so good.
And like the Wii version has a pretty good soundtrack.
Definitely.
But,
what else is on your radar?
Man, that's talking about the radar. I thought you were talking about Go ahead.
You guys went over a lot that were on my radar what to get. So
cool.
I just It just seems there's like a lot of fun games for the Wii. And I'm like, I look at the games like, I want that game, I want that game, I want that game. You know, if I have PS4, it's like, do I want this game? You know, it's just a whole. Maybe it's just because I'm like, you know, growing up a Nintendo kid, and it's like the Nintendo stuff. It, you know, it has more weight. Nintendo.
That's exactly how I am, man. I like Nintendo games. I buy Nintendo systems because I like I like the style they do. I like the challenge that they do, and I like the kind of games they make. So yeah, if Nintendo stamped Mario's head on a turd, I would probably buy it. But I mean, I'm an admitted self-aware fanboy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I mean, you know.
But that's because they make the games that I like.
Yeah, I like what the PS4 can do. You know, I like some of those games. They're fun. You know, it's just, you know, I don't know. Just something playing a Nintendo game. I have more fun playing a Nintendo game because it's on a Nintendo system. Maybe that's just a psychological thing. Any psychologists out there who listen to us.
I tell you what, if you've already got Zelda though, if you got Breath of the Wild, don't buy anything for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a long game as well.
That is a long game, and people dumped. I mean, I didn't put near as many hours as what other people did. Hundreds of hours into that game. So,
you know,
how many hours do you have in there, Turf?
Oh man, I don't have any idea. I probably have 30. Oh
man, you're scratching the surface.
I didn't even finish it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think I got 4 of the maybe 3 of the 4. You know, dungeons or whatever.
Charles, like that will last you a long time.
When they demoed it at that Nintendo Switch like release, I was sold on that game. Like look at that. That is fucking awesome.
It takes a little bit of getting used to because your weapons break.
Okay, so they break down.
They do. Well, no, they break. They don't break down. They don't degrade. They fall apart. And that takes some getting used to. And once you can get over that hump, you'll be okay. But it's a fun game, man.
But you know, I could see that, you know, makes it more realistic. You know, the sword's not going to last you forever. You know, it's going to break down.
Sword lasts about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So that's an annoyance of mine for that game because they didn't last near long enough. But,
yeah,
like I get it. Like, you know, when I'm playing Red Dead, you got to clean your gun or you got to, you know, have it upgraded every now and then because your gun starts to degrade, which is realistic. Yeah. If you shoot a gun a bunch of times and don't clean it, it breaks down and tears up. But not in the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You hit a guy, you know, you fight a couple guys and then your sword is toast.
And I'm looking at it, says I could get amiibos to enhance the game.
Oh Jesus! All right, this is a word of advice. I want you to look in my eyes, look right at me, pay attention. Papa Turf's about to tell you something. All right here.
Oh, you moved the microphone.
Stay away from amiibos. If you really, really want amiibos, you can get on like Etsy and you can get the cards, but do not start collecting amiibos. It is a dark, dark path that you will go down, and then you end up with Ridley within arm's reach, and you don't know why.
So he is speaking from experience.
It's like when people went crazy for the Mario Brothers cereal amiibo.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
I still got that box you
I gave you one. Didn't I? We bought several boxes of Mario cereal. Isaac really liked it. I mean, of course, it was sugar in a bowl.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Who wouldn't like it? And it wasn't bad. But anyways, I kept several of the amiibos. I have one of the boxes. I've got one of the amiibos cut out. But you can get on like Etsy, or you can get on some of these other sites that sell stuff like that and buy cards that people have pirated the amiibo RFID chip.
Okay. But you know, they look so cool.
God, they do. They look so cool. They're awesome on the shelf, and I've got a whole shelf of them right over there. But
I never bought them because I had no use for them.
They take up too much room. I have tons of, like, I bought the entire first run. GameStop put one back for me for every one of them. And that was a problem. I ended up with too many. I have like the Wii Fit Trainer and the Villager, the ones that are hard to find. I have those because I have a problem. But and yeah, I wouldn't take them out of the package because it's like I just Ridley's sitting here and I'm like, I need to open this thing and put it on the shelf with the rest of them. But I've got like the hard to find ones that don't have the or the packet. They're still in the package. The package is mint. Like my Bayonetta is still in the package. My Wii Fit trainer, whatever else, they're hard to find ones are still in the package.
I don't have any of them. I would want the Mega Man one just because I like Mega Man, but that's about it.
Do you want the gold one or the regular Mega Man?
Blue.
Because I have both of those.
No, just not
I've
gold.
got the gold Mario. I've got the metal Mario. I've got the. I did it. I went down that hole and I didn't mean to.
I probably won't go down that hole. Probably.
Please don't.
Probably will. But probably. But are there now? Is there any games that are not the greatest for the Switch? I should probably stay away from that. You can think off the top of your head.
The only game that I have that I don't really like has been Heroes, but I only paid $10 for it. So $10 new.
Oh, $10.
Yeah, it was brand new. So it was on a whim, and I didn't love it, but it's not. You probably wouldn't pick it up unless it was cheap, anyways. So
yeah, they've already got a pretty decent library out already, don't they?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's huge.
How many physical games do they have? I'm more a physical guy. I'm not too much on the digital downloading, but
no idea.
A couple hundred already, or
that'd be a solid guess.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this the next saga into my video game.
We're excited for you.
Addiction, collecting.
Oh, it's not as much like, and the way I look at new systems and I buy stuff that I want to play. Yeah. It's not as much collectible, except for those damn limited run games. They get me. Hey, I tell you what, Celeste. It's a really good download only game that I say really good. It got praise, and I didn't buy it digitally. It's up for pre-order right now on limited run games, so you can pre-order it there. I think it's like $35.
$30 probably. They're standard.
I pre-ordered it the other day, and I'm really looking forward to playing that. And it was one that I was like on the edge of buying digitally, and then limited run said, "Hey, we're gonna do a physical copy of Celeste." I'm like, "Oh, I'll wait."
Okay.
So you can check that out.
That's the 8-bit bitty looking platform one.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the strawberries in it.
That's one. That's one I may get. So, but I'll definitely get Kirby Star Allies ones that Jenny and I can play together.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my friends, we actually are at the time limit. So I hate to cut this short because I love talking about game recommendations, especially for somebody who's about to get a new console. But Turf, I'm going to hand the floor over to you, and I'm going to let you give the goodbye shtick.
Well, all right. If you've enjoyed this episode of Our Parents' Basement, be sure to download us on the iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Tuned In, and wherever else you can download a podcast, because we've got lots of it, lots of that audio-only goodness. And if you really enjoyed looking at this podcast, I'm a handsome cat, and I usually look a little bit better. My nose usually isn't this red. I have a cold. But you can look right over there, and there's plenty more episodes. I think this is number 125, so there'll be 124 plus other episodes of this madness that you can watch in video form. So that's cool. And you can hit us up on Facebook. It's facebook.com/OPB podcast. We're at OPB podcast on Twitter. That's Our Parents' Basement podcast, and Instagram. So hit us up, say what's up. We love hearing from y'all. You can even hit the little notification thing on YouTube, and it'll tell you when we're live. That's every Thursday at 8:30 Central Time. So there you go, guys. I've really enjoyed talking to y'all. Enjoyed hanging out once again. We'll have to do this again, I don't know, next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
It's already been a good year so far. Let's keep it up. So Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we will talk to you real soon. Until then.
Later.